We're live on the air. Okay, good morning. This is Justin. It is, what is it, last day of March, all right, end of the first quarter for 2021. Sharing ideas that are rattling around inside of the head, getting them outside the head. I wanted to try today. Been getting frustrated with not getting the comments loaded in here. So I want to be able to, here we go, we're live here. I'm going to start adding some of the comments to LinkedIn. Let's not do that on the audio there. All right, perfect. So getting some of the comments loaded in here for some of the things that we're talking about. So these streams are, they're inspired by the book Accidental Genius. Let's just see if we can get this in here. Yeah, this is perfect. Accidental Genius, which is Mark Levy's book. Share and post. Let's do it there. Oh, no, I don't want to share that in a post. Delete draft. Can I do comments? I just want to do comments. How do I do a comment? I can do a comment here, right? I want to share in a comment. Am I not allowed to comment on this thing? All right, sorry, this is getting lame. I guess we'll just do the, I thought I could do the commentary inside of the live here. Apologies. Add comment, right? Accidental Genius. Should get there. Share and post, share and private message. Nope, it's not letting me do commentary on my own stuff. All right, that's it right there. So inspired by Accidental Genius, using free writing as the access to your greatest thoughts. Let's do this on Restream here. Or excuse me, do it on Periscope. All right, this didn't go in the direction that I want to go in here. All right, and here we go. We got it there. Yes, using free writing as access to your greatest thoughts. So I think most work should be done sort of at the subconscious. There's two different things in sort of the creation level. There's work should be done at the subconscious level, and then until we have a plan, and then that's when work can start getting done at the conscious level. So wanted to start using these. That's not going to work on LinkedIn there. So wanted to start using these as brainstorms. I started doing walking and talking as an idea to get ideas rattling around inside the head, outside of the head, and then just about a year ago, had the idea of doing LinkedIn posts every single day. And now I want to do lives every single day. Most importantly, taking these transcripts and start turning them into real things. So if you would like to join in, you are more than welcome to. So if you go to jftalks.com, let's just do this here, jftalks.com/p/live. Got to get a better URL there. You can just come on live at any point in time. If there's something that you want to share, there's something that you want to talk about, you can come on live. Don't book people specifically for this, and create these with the intention of doing them solo. Don't schedule them. Just put them on live at any point in time, but giving people the opportunity and serendipity to allow for people to come on to the sessions live. So if you want to come on at any time, you are more than welcome to do that. So here's what I want to talk about today. I fell asleep last night with the Adam Grant book Think Again on Audible, and listened to it. It was interesting, and wound up listening to most of the book throughout the night, mostly when I was sleeping. So first of all, I didn't get a great night's sleep with that. Not the smartest thing to do in the world. It wasn't even that intentional. But it's interesting to see what actually gets in and what the stories are that you can listen to. So I do remember a story at the beginning about some, they were a special kind of firefighter. And one of their leaders did something unintuitive. They were trying to escape a fire. I'm telling the story pretty horribly, trying to escape a fire. And then the leader set a fire in front of them, and he was able to survive because of that. Right. But, it's how do you start to access that secondary thinking or that live thinking? So I'm always messing around with, like, could you imagine, like, people talk about being able to learn a language while you're sleeping. So it's interesting. The stuff gets in, but it gets in a whole jumbled way, and it disrupts sleep. So I think it does more bad than good when you work that way. But still an interesting concept, an interesting way to start to work. Other thing I'm starting to do is create I got the Notion page. So company is called Ideas to Reality. I haven't set up the site yet. And what I like about this is to reality. Get to actually really start to create the site throughout these sessions, right? What is it? What is the work? What is actually happening? It is a Notion page right now, a Notion page that can actually get shared out. And for anybody who thinks they need like a big website before starting doing some work, the big question is when you have the website is what are you going to actually how are you going to get people to that website and what's going to happen when they're actually there? So, right. So in sort of clarifying the thinking, here's the website that we've got right now. We can share the link to this one. It doesn't necessarily matter. It's a private Notion link right now, but we'll start to build this out in other places or start getting some of the different ideas. So I do work with a coach, Dan, and let's just talk about 300, the magic of 300. Let's talk about that real quick. Magic of 300 posts. So we talked about this. I made a commitment when I was trying to get clarity about a year ago. I had a meeting with Mark Birch, who's now with Amazon, and he was talking about he was talking about at that point attending meetups every single day for a period of time. When you start doing that, it does a couple of different things, and this is my interpretation of the conversation from a year later. Probably not the exact conversation that we had. You start like subconsciously being like, look, I'm somebody who writes every single day. I'm somebody who publishes every single day. I'm somebody who goes to something every single day, and it starts to become an identity. But it also starts to seep into people's minds as far, it starts to seep into people's minds as like, this person keeps their commitments. This person does the things that they said that they're going to do. So I've been looking at, I've gone back and forth on doing these lives every single day and making the commitment to doing these every single day. And then my coach asked me yesterday, he was talking about somebody who does, who's done video for 300 days in a row. And I said, what would it look like to do a video like this 300 days in a row? And I think that would be a lot of fun to start taking on those practices. And maybe, we'll see what happens on day 300. So this is day 2 of creating the videos, right? Not a lot of planning needs to go into it. Not a lot of people need to be listening. It's not about that. It's about sharing some of the ideas. I see Nina there. Yeah, cool, Nina. Thanks so much. I'm curious which, oh yeah, thanks so much. I'm curious which piece was it. If you leave a comment, Nina, which was the piece that was interesting? So the 300 days in a row, or the just getting started. Now I'm a verbal communicator. Cool job. Thank you so much. Hi, how are you doing? Have an amazing day. Yeah, I'm a verbal communicator, so I get the ideas out verbally. I also have the recordings. Oh, the commitment. Yeah, the commitment. The 300 is the one that seems to make a big difference for people. I would start. I'm in ship 30 for 30 right now. Ship 30 for 30, which is 30 days of writing, right? And 30 days is cool. I think it's a fun one to get. And if you can get through 30 days of writing, I joined this one because I wanted to get back into writing. Like, I'm doing most of my stuff is talking at this point in time. So I wanted to get back into writing and get into that habit. But let me just pull up the ship 30 for 30 here. But this, I think, is a great way to start to build habits. Ship 30 for 30. Here we go. To start to build habits in a community way. And so we do these essays on Twitter every single day. So I like this one is starting to getting into the writing habit. Writing is not my favorite thing to do. I don't think it's necessarily my superpower, but I think it's an important way to work. But the important thing is, relating to people. No, you keep your commitment. Yeah. Oh, that's the cool one, right? Yeah. It's relating to people in a way where they know that you're keeping your commitment when you're consistent. I think that is a big one. Oh man, this is taking forever to pull up. Shouldn't pull up links on the back end. All right, I'll let it come up for a second here. But yeah, relating to people and you start doing something consistently and keeping your word, I think is really a critical one. And getting to know yourself as somebody who actually creates your word, keeps your word around things. I think that is a lot of fun to be able to work with. And so when I look at the ship for 30 for 30, you get to know yourself pretty well, like doing something daily, but you also get to see who else does stuff daily and who supports beyond the particular piece of work that they are doing. So I've been blitzing around with it. Probably will do lives for 30 days. Also, guests are welcome to come on here. Again, Nina, if you want to come on, or anybody at any point in time, it is an open platform to come on and share at any point in time. If you just go to that link right there and click on it, you'll be in like live right away. But I plan to do these things pretty much solo and unscheduled, and then yeah, to do them solo, unscheduled, and then just have people come on. Have people come on at some of the at different times when they want to come on. Some of the other things I want to talk about today. So here's what I'm getting really interested in. And I don't know if I'm interested enough to take action. Taking these transcripts, starting to break them down into some of the different components. One, building a knowledge base, but also just talking about some of the different people who are part of the some of the different people who are part, and then we call out. I think there is. I wrote an essay this morning on things that I wish I started about a year ago, and one of those things was doing profiles of inspiration, talking about what people do and what's inspiring about what people do. And I used to do these every single day on SoundCloud, but if you this was like 2013, 2014, and you can't see this one very well. It's posted on my LinkedIn. It's posted on my Twitter. Ari the Live. What is this one? I would look to that perhaps later. Yeah, cool. Yeah, anytime. It's open forum. So, Nina, anytime that you want to come on is totally good with me. And if you're just listening, that's fine as well. Because I definitely have stuff to talk, to talk about. But one of the ones we talked about is profiles of inspiration, talking about work that people are doing and what's inspiring about what people are doing. And so I want to take some of these transcripts and start breaking them down into some of those profiles. So that's probably going to be the habit that's going to get built on the back end. So this is fun, right? Getting on and ranting for a little bit, but breaking them down into some of the different components, breaking it down into the different parts is what's really exciting, something I've been thinking about for a while. And Otter is the big unlock, or any sort of transcription. Otter is the big unlock for any of these this type of work. And I don't know if it's this even type of work, but taking these transcriptions and starting to break them down. All right, now we're starting to repeat some of the titles. What else I want to talk about? Still very high on the rally coins. AMA coin is favorite coin. These are our creator coins. Being able to create economies around work that doesn't necessarily make sense to create coins around. So if you go to rally.io and you sign up for a coin, hit me up. Or you just not even sign up for a coin. You just sign up. Just give your name and your email address. Sign up for an account. I'll ship you some coins. It's interesting to have the experience when somebody provides you some coins and you see the value of it going up and down. I also say, this is when you purchase somebody's coin or somebody's work, it's kind of it's a vote for them as a human being, and not that they are a human being, but it's a vote for them. And that's what's actually, really important for when people are expressing themselves through their works in any way. So that's what I love about this. And then being able to create an economy around it. I read the book. My friend Martin's listening to this. It's going to be funny. I read the book. If I go back to my audio library here, my big book is The Art of Impossible right now. And they talk about, the art of impossible. One of the key concepts is, or I guess Lynchman's concepts is figuring out what your curiosities are. And curiosities, when you get into the flow, when you're working on those curiosities and doing some of those things, that could be a good indication of something that is a passion or a purpose that you're working towards. But now here's the challenge: is you got to be able to fund your passion, right, before your passion funds you. So the coins are a way to start dipping your toe into the water, creating economies around work while figuring out, funding the passion. So I'm a big believer in, right, you can make money one way, right, and have your passions one way. And the name of the game is if the work that you're doing or how you're making your money, it isn't something that you're passionate about, then I'm not a big fan. Everybody's situation is different, but stay with it, right? But just minimize the impact that it has on your life. You've got a bunch of friends right now that I talk to that just have, jobs they've been doing for a period of time that they can do great. They can do in their sleep. And I think that is a great thing, to be able to work with. And if they want to do something different, it's an opportunity to dip your toe into something different. But most of my friends most of my friends and most of the people that are doing something inspiring have some sort of side hustle or something else that they're thinking about outside of their work. I do know people who their work is like is the fulfilling piece for what they do, outside of personal relationships. And that is an amazing thing, but very few, I know very few people that who aren't doing some sort of side hustle or some other type of work. And we need to be able to do different things right now because we need to be able to learn new skills and new ways of being able to operate. Ideas to reality. I do want to go back to this real quickly for the walk and talks. It's a little bit tough to see that one. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. I do want to have these. I can't make that big. I can make it bigger there. That's all right. It doesn't matter. I'm just talking about walking and talking. I do want to have these sessions be not in front of the computer, but walking and talking. And we'll probably start doing a couple of days like that with the walking and talking. I think there's a lot more freedom inside of the walking and talking. There's also, as I sit here in the chair, there's like, there is some like stale energy, right? It doesn't make sense when you're walking. So I get like self-conscious and jumping around to some of the different topics. Starting to walk allows it to be more, free and more free and with the conversations and the thought and not as self-judgmental. So this will eventually turn into a walk and talk. It'll probably start with an indoor walk at the beginning. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the initial or the intent of these sessions. So I'm going to put this one to a close, 16 minutes and 23 seconds in. Thanks to everybody who's listening. Nina, thanks for coming on. The other live and leaving some of the comments in here. There was one other person. Cool job. Thank you so much for coming on. I do appreciate it. Leaving the comment, and everybody who's listening here in the background. I appreciate you. Have an amazing day, and we'll speak soon.